All right, Marcus. Yet again.
Test.
What year is it?
2026.
7.
Okay. You're banned.
Hey, man. Yep. 2026.
We're back, dude.
We
Just like
are.
that.
We're alive.
Who would have thought us being here?
The holidays happened.
It did. How's your holidays? How'd it go? How's the
Very, very low key this year.
Yeah.
Didn't do a whole ton of stuff. Just a lot of work. Work had a lot to do over holidays, so that's where I was mostly.
I feel that. I feel that.
I feel like it's been some time since we've done one of these.
I think so. I think the last one we did was probably like sometime before finals. So like finals was the end of November. So it has to be like a couple weeks before that, if not like the week before that, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we haven't done this for probably 6 or 7. No, like unironically, not memeing, but
like 6 or
probably
7 weeks.
like
yeah.
6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Well, I heard that Twitter was on fire today with leaks, and Reddit was on fire today with leaks.
Yeah.
So we'll probably take a look at that here at some point. But
Yeah.
some
of them were pretty cool, not gonna lie. Like the Discord was popping today. But I'm excited for a couple cards. We'll definitely look over a bunch of them here in a little bit.
Yeah. And then how do we feel about last year? How did we? At least for me, it's been a little bit since I've played some games of CDH. Holidays kind of took me away from that. But sort of like meta wise, I know we like us two haven't played in tournaments recently, but we've played with people playing tournament decks. Where are we currently? What are we feeling like? And do you think that is going to stick as we go into the next year?
Oh, as far as like playing or like competing next year or this year, I should
Just
say?
like the feel of the format, right? Is it are we hyper slow? When the last time I played, it was still very like people being timid, not super sending it.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I think at the start of the year last year, we got into this weird like quote unquote mid-range hell kind of like mindset, and like I feel like that kind of like dissipated out like throughout the year. I felt like during the first, I want to say like 4 months of the year, people were like kind of playing mid-range decks, just trying to like feel out what this new year is gonna bring, and then like kind of out of nowhere, the turbo players like rose from the grave or like something like that. Like some of them just decided like, oh, I'm just gonna bring turbo to the next CDH tournament, and then like I think like 5 or 6 turbo decks showed up, and then the following tournament like 10 or 12 turbo decks showed up. So we had like a little like resurgence of turbo here for like probably about 3 tournaments. Considering we did 9 tournaments last year plus our finals events, essentially like half of our tournaments were turbo filled ish. So that was kind of cool to see, to be honest. And I think towards the end of 2025, a lot of our like locals kind of just settled back into like what they're, how do I say this, like comfortable with, like like their pocket picks kind of a thing. Whether that was like a turbo deck or like a more like a mid-range deck or a control deck kind of a thing. But I think people realized towards the end of the year, it's just like, oh, end of the year we can kind of just chill and wait till see like what the next sets kind of bring us. Like we'll wait for like LORWYN spoilers, like try to figure out what we can add to the decks for next year kind of a thing. So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like mid-range turbo and then mid-range, control, turbo, like all in one kind of a thing at the end of the year.
Yeah, I know. Walking around tables at the finals event, it was sort of that grab bag that you're talking about. I know, like I said, I haven't played a whole ton in the last few weeks, but I'm looking to start getting some games in, and we're actually launching something that I'm going to be participating in as CDH. We're starting up the league again.
The league is back.
Yeah,
the league started at the start of the year on January 1st. But like for our Twitch viewers and like people that are gonna watch this on like YouTube later, our league is back. Our CDH league is back, and we're pretty excited to get that going again.
Yeah. For those that have been around for a while, you'll remember Marcus organizing a league. What is it? 3 years ago at this point.
Essentially, at the end of like 2022 is like the whole point of the Discord, and then like we went into 2023 the whole year running a league.
And it's just back then it was you had to play your designated, what was it, 4 games every 2 weeks or something. It was, and it had a ton of structure to it, and it worked well for like the Discord size at the time, but this time it's going to be a little different. The league is open-ended in terms of players, as far as I'm aware.
Anyone and everyone can join, absolutely.
Yep. And the pricing for the league scales with the amount of people that play in any given month. We're starting off with the lowest the lowest tier of pricing is at 15 players or more for a month. The first place will receive a free tournament entry to any of our like non-finals or non-like massive major CDH events, or $50 cash. And to enter, it's only $5 a month, which is, I think, really not bad. Yeah, I got it. I sneeze and drive down 405 and lose $5.
Yeah,
so,
true. Yeah, the idea with the league, to be honest, is one of those things where it's just like, I kind of think of it like this: if you're already going to be playing games, at least this option gives you an opportunity to play for something, even if it's just like a free entry or cash at the end of the month. And like, don't get me wrong, to some people, like free entry to a tournament or $50 cash is like whatever. But like, if your mindset is that like I'm just gonna pay $50 for an entry anyway, then like why not compete for the league and like save some money? Like, I don't know. It makes sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah. And instead of it being a certain number of games over a certain period of time, it's just open-ended. It's if any of you have played in other sort of like asynchronous leagues, it functions very similarly. The like leaderboard. I think that's
leaderboard.
right.
Yeah, this is
right
a points-based leaderboard.
It's a points-based leaderboard. So even if you join later in the month or whatever, you still have a chance to do well in the tournament. People can't just farm like essentially bronze-a-thon their way to winning entries.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so this is a sort of a new thing, sort of a callback. In-person games, spell table games, however you want to get games in, come put some stakes on what you play for.
Yep.
Try out some new decks. I know I've got like 4 decks in the wings to play in this league, so I'm excited for it.
Like I mentioned earlier too, it's one of those things where just like, I understand like having to pay to play is not what people are really like fond of doing. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people definitely prefer the like free to play, like just go hang out at the LGS and just jam games just for fun. But at least in this way, the $5 that you were going to spend to go to the LGS to like buy that food there can also go to helping support CDH. Like like it's one of those things that definitely helps support us. At the same time, we're doing our best to like offer rewards that make sense to you guys. So like if $5 a month, or we're doing it like $50 for the year, so it essentially saves you 2 months. If you buy the yearly pass or like the yearly subscription, and essentially at $50 for the year, you're essentially paying. If you do well enough and there's enough players, you get some cash back as well. So yeah, there's a lot of incentive for you guys to join the league. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that that $5 could turn into 50. Pretty.
it's true.
I'm not gonna say easy. We have some killers, some marauders, some good players up here.
Yep, very much so.
Could be you. Just saying.
That's true. Yeah.
If you're interested in signing up for the league, it is at the top of our website, cedh.com. There's a button at the top that says CEDH League. It'll bring you to the registration page. Otherwise, it is being run on Top Deck, so you can probably find it through there. But in order to actually register for the league, you have to go through our website.
Yeah, if you do find it on Top Deck, it does automatically excuse me, link you to like I didn't set up the registration portion of it on Top Deck. But if you go scroll down to the events, it'll show you an option to click here to register, and it'll essentially just lead you back to this website that we have. So
yeah, and as people start playing games in this, and as we start determining winners for months, maybe we'll have them on a talk, like take a look at their lists, see what they're doing.
that'd be cool.
Sort of learn from them so that maybe you can beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Very excited. Very excited. I'm curious if we're just gonna have like a bunch of turbo senders.
Well, at the moment, the leaderboard isn't necessarily like a bunch of turbo players. We definitely have our locals grinding out some games already. Right now we have Ben in first place. He's got like a 50% win rate. I think they've only played like 4 or 5 games so far, so it's not too many games to take into consideration. But Ben's currently in first. You have Isaiah in second right now, and you, me, and Brandon and Ryan are in. And Jeremiah are all sharing third because we haven't played our games yet.
Nice.
But yeah, so we already got 10 people in the league. Essentially, five more people, then our pricing can go up a little bit, which is nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even if we start like really exceeding this like 40 plus players amount, there might be some hidden tiers at some point, but
true. Like I'm not saying more cool things would be given away if more people joined the league, but like, hey man, I got a lot of random stuff that I was planning to give away last year and I didn't. So
true.
This year might be the year, or might be enough.
The treasure box could very well open.
That's true. I did tease a lot of stuff for last year that I'll just like, hey, if you guys do X thing, I will gladly reward my community. But it'll stay locked until that happens. So.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, man.
We were talking before the stream a little bit, because Loki, we haven't talked in a week or two.
True.
You had some questions.
I did. These are kind of like the spur of the moment, like I should figure out some questions that'll give us like some nice jumping off points kind of a thing.
Sure.
And like these questions aren't to like to blindside anyone or anything kind of thing. Like it's definitely just like to pick your brain and see how your 2025 going into 2026 is gonna be. Super easy question right off the bat. What was your favorite set in 2025?
What did we have in 2025?
So we started with Innistrad Remastered,
Okay,
and then we went into Aether Drift.
we go next.
Um,
We don't speak about that.
and then, what do you want? Come on, Aether Drift was great for some people. Anyway,
Amen.
and then we went to Tarkir.
Sure, Turkey was a
Then
thing.
we went to Final Fantasy, and then Edge, and then Spider-Man, and then Avatar.
Man, I haven't played a ton of games after the Avatar set came out. It still looks like a lot of fun, and from what I hear, like people are enjoying the cards. But in terms of like set that I played cards from, Edge was real nice. Who knew Tezzeret? What a card!
Oh, what a banger! Absolute banger.
What a good card. And I'm not on him right now, but like Ice Till Explore, good card. I've definitely been dunked on a few times with the Scissor Secundi, the Black Station Land. Yeah, Edge. I feel like the banger amount from Edge was higher than most of the other sets.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Still rocking my Spider-Man commander, but
Nice.
there's
Hell
a
yeah.
few Edge pieces that are in there, a few Avatar pieces that are still seeing testing because I haven't played games. Yeah, I don't know. What's yours?
It's kind of tough to say, to be honest. I think, like, initially I wanted it. I wanted to say like Final Fantasy just like right off the bat, because I think that, and like a lot of other people, it was a very sought after set for sure. A lot of people definitely enjoyed this set. Um, but I'm trying to like really think about the cards that I've played this year. And I think we might be on the same page of Edge, but I think Tarkir actually might be one of the cards as well, because we got cards like Nature's Rhythm, like Corey Steelcutter, like Ugin, Voice of Victory, and like those cards are just bangers, right?
Yeah, I will say, like in terms of at least what I'm seeing, in people that play in our area, if I had to pick like a card of the year, I think it's Nature's Rhythm. I think it just slots into every single green deck. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Even
If you're already
like,
playing like Finale, right? It's just Finale Part 2, but better.
yeah, but better, right? Is the thing, because people were on Invasion before.
Yeah. Yes. The battle. Yeah. Invasion by Korea.
Yeah, and that's, the card was good, but it was missing some text to like make it a mainstay. And like I said, I think Nature's Rhythm is just straight an evergreen deck. Like every other card that was good that came out this year, like has a time and a place. But I struggled even in like 5-color. I think they're playing Nature's Rhythm, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's really good.
The card's great, man. Like there's a lot of really good cards that came out of Tarkir. And I'm kind of doing like a quick browse, just to kind of look at Final Fantasy cards, and like to tell you the truth, dog, if it's not my casual deck, I don't think I've played any of these cards in CDH at the moment.
Yeah, Final Fantasy was strange. Like
Yeah,
we had the Pokemon effect happen, of like
the new shiny thing comes out, people want to buy new shiny thing.
I haven't seen people try this hard to like get cards slabbed in Magic
Yeah,
prior to Final Fantasy, and then Final Fantasy happens, and like the amount of slabs of just like random stuff that I've seen. Like, yeah, I can see if you got your Surge foil, borderless, whatever. Sure, if it's a commander, I can sort of justify it, at least to me.
Yep.
Like If I got a perfect 10 Jackal, great, perfect, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But just like, here's a restoration magic. It's like a 9. I'm like, what are we doing?
Sick, dude. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I mentioned, I'm looking at the set. I think I cared about one card for all of CDH, and it's probably Tataru Taru. And like that's kind of unfortunate to say about a full set, right? Like, I cared about one card in your whole set for it to be some sort of relevant into the format that I play.
Yeah, I
And
do. I do still have, my long shot is still the counterspell. All right, the
which counter spell?
Louis
Oh,
sacrifice,
Luiswa?
Louis Soir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know it's not seeing a ton of play right now, but like
Yep.
it reads like one of those like, man, you just need the right card to be printed, and then you're off to the
Well,
races. So like,
to be fair, the ROG players are playing it, right? But the awkward part is that at least within the Pacific Northwest, or at least within Washington, at least there's a lot of the ROG players jumped off because I think they decided to like play a quote unquote safer mid range deck.
true.
So
We did.
we don't get really like too many ROG players as much anymore.
I did notice in the later part of the year, a lot of people started switching to bad person deck.
Yeah, because I mean, like it's something as simple as like getting shot up by a bowmaster, um, has has had lasting effect on some people. Um, so yeah, it is what it is. I think I'm kind of torn between Tarkir and Andres, or an Edge of Eternity, like similar to how Andres said in chat. Edge or Dragon, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
I don't know.
I
For
think
me,
both of those
it's
sets.
Edge. Like Tuck was fun and there were good cards, but Edge, I don't know. There was a certain X factor. There was a certain vibe
Hmm.
to Edge. Felt good.
I think just to add on for this the for at least this portion of the question, I think not Final Fantasy. I think Avatar is too new
True.
to have some sort of like true impact on the CDH format at the moment. Don't get me wrong. I think cards like Badger Ball Cub, One Shoe Tongue, Redirect Lightning, um, Cabbage Man, like there's banger cards, absolutely banger cards. But considering it came out last month, and there hasn't been really too many like true results for these cards yet. Like don't get me wrong, like I'm sure it's been amazing in testing. But like I said, there's no real true results for tournaments, and we can only see so many of a one Chutan get played, and then like you don't win the game because like all it says is draw a couple cards.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
so
maybe I can flip this on you. I've been hearing some inklings,
mm,
and sort of when I've been of the games that I have been able to get in since
mm,
Avatar, which, like I said, it's not a ton. Am I sensing a little bit of a Wan Chi Tong bubble? Like, the card's good. Don't get me
mm-hmm.
wrong. But, like, it's feeling very much like when Fairy Mastermind came out. And everybody was losing their minds. I'm like, this
Mm-hmm.
card is great. And, like, the card's good. Like I said, don't get me wrong. But I don't know if it's God tier, like people are talking about. I like
Mm-hmm.
it in Jackal because it's got next cost, so I can make that thing cost however much I need it to. So like, yeah, I'm not cutting it
True.
anytime soon. But from your experience, like, how's that card actually played? Because I've heard some mixed reviews.
So in the turbo shells, it's felt great. Like I've played a couple games with it in Malcolm Vile, and I think the time that card best shines is when you have an excess amount of mana. So you can kind of go like for me it would go like cast Rograk, play a land, and then like play a bunch of rocks and then pass. And then on my next turn I'll be like, man, my hand is like a little scary because I have a couple tutors. If I can just tutor, like I'll probably win the game. Or I just like slam a big Wanchitong and then draw a couple cards, which may be like interaction pieces, and then go tutor and then win the game. Um, I don't know. I think that card is still genuinely good. I don't think it's as fluff as like some people are attempting to like say it is. Um, but I think there have been too much of an emphasis on people attempting to make the card good. Like people will attempt to tutor for it, if that makes sense. Like they're like neoforming or like they're Eldritch Revolutioning or sometimes potting like their cards into like Wanchitong. And I don't think that's correct. I think trying to force a Wanchitong is what like not necessarily makes you lose games, but just not great, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my stance on it. I think the card is an absolute banger for sure.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think it's going anywhere. Like
yeah.
but it feels funky at times.
Mm.
I in terms of Cabbage Man, Andres, I think I've played him in one game.
Yeah.
So my opinion is in development.
I'm doing my best to find a slot for him in Thrasburst, and I generally just can't. Like I like all the creatures in my deck at the moment. I like all the things that's currently in my deck for the most part. There's probably like 3 or 4 cuts that are probably getting cut for something better. That's Cabbage Man. Uh, and like I think Cabbage Man has fallen a little too far on like what to add next to my current version of Bruce with Thrash Bruce. So I don't know.
Favorite thing to copy currently. Like I can see if you really send on Cabbage Man, I see it being good. And like one of our feature matches from the finals event, one of our team players like ended up with like 40 food or something. Like it can be really good. I haven't played
Oh yeah.
much with it.
What's it called? Shout out to Josh or to Isaiah's uncle, Josh. I played some games with him while he was in town. He was playing his CDH version of Iron Man, and he imposter mech'd Brandon's Cabbage Man and made like 9 trillion food and then played like a construct for like a 50-50. And I was like,
Gross.
damn, that's gross. And then like all the foods that he makes is like good with like a caddy manufacturer. Um, not to mention like it just taps for mana because it's insane. Uh, yeah, I was like, wow, that's a really cool thing to copy. That's pretty sick. Not gonna lie. So,
No.
all right, next one, next question, next banger question for you, Danny. You ready?
Yes, sir.
What are your MTG New Year's resolutions?
Play more games.
Yeah.
Holy, my last year I played like maybe a game a month. It felt really bad. Like I not that it was like bad. Like last year wasn't bad. I just had a lot going on. I wrapped up my masters, moved, like worked a ton. Like I just the amount of games that I played was severely low. But now that we're back in the civilized world,
Not all the way in Narnia.
not in Narnia,
Yep.
I'm looking to get more games in. That's the primary
Nice.
one. Like one day I want to start actually winning games, right? Insert joke about
Yeah,
me never
yeah.
converting a game. But
Sure.
the first part of that is playing more games.
Yep, that is true. You gotta start playing to win. You know.
Yeah.
I will say, like, granted, your 2025 was definitely full, um, but you did make the best out of it. Like you were able to jam as much as you could. Um, like you were even able to take some time to like even brew decks when you had some time. So That's how you. I guess that's how you ended up on Jackal. Maybe Spider-Man's
True.
probably your favorite set.
Ain't no way, dog. But I will say, kitchen's open. We've got
Oh,
our specs on the new spoilers today. I haven't had time to look at them, but the kitchen's open. We'll be cooking.
nah, close the kitchen, dog.
Nah, dog, we haven't burnt down
Close
yet.
Jackal needs his time. He needs a break.
You know, we're always trying stuff out.
Yep, that's dope.
What are you looking to do? Is
Uh,
this year the year?
I don't know. I will say some of the CDH team members were definitely just like, now that you've done the thing and like the thing works and you essentially have figured out a flow for you to like run things and like do things for the community and all that stuff, and it runs great. It runs perfectly fine. Maybe it's time that I do come back and start playing again. Um, I don't know. I think as of right now, I've had a lot of fun messing around in deck lists that aren't my normal, if I should say, or like my preferred like archetype. Because like historically, I've just been like a turbo player for sure. Um, I've played a lot of like mid range decks, and like right now, like my niche is definitely Thras Bruce. But I think the cards currently in Thras Bruce is what makes me like the deck, and not Thras Bruce themselves. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Like Kiki Deceiver Exarch, like those are like definitely like the cards that just don't see a lot of play in CDH like at all. But being able to do cool stuff like that is what makes the deck playable for me. So like that's why I continue to like innovate that deck, or like do my best to at least innovate. So like it grows with the format and changes with the format as much as it can. Um, but I don't know. Maybe this is the year I start playing a little bit more, and like at least like in tournaments and stuff. But who knows? I think my mindset at the moment is still to do my best I can for like this community stuff, and like really work on the CDH community as much as I can. Kind of like devote a lot of my time to it, and that's kind of what I did like all of last year. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I can do like a quick step back from that a little bit, and then kind of figure out things from there.
Yeah.
We'll see. Um, I did play a lot of Legacy this year, though. That is that
True.
is one of the formats that I actually did go back to. There was some part of me that wanted to play a 60 card format, and remembering that I have all these high end cards because of CDH, it just made me want to build a Legacy deck, and then I built one. And then took it to LDXP, and I got bodied, but it was great because I got to play 60 card again. Um, but yeah, I got a couple legacy decks now. Um, but yeah, I think Eternal Weekend is probably going to be like one of the trips that I take this year. I want to go play some 60 card at least. Um, but I think I'm in the same boat as you. I kind of just want to play this year, play some games this year, whether that's like CDH or Magic, um, or CC or Legacy, I should say. But yeah. Um, Last question, Danny, is
Shoot.
the most banger one of all. What are your goals for MTG? What are your MTG goals for 2026?
I mean, I think it's just see above. I think it's play more games.
Let's play more
Play more
games.
games.
I don't know if this is like a win a CD. You know what I mean? Like it's different
Oh,
than just like
sure.
play more
I
games.
don't know. Like
Like
I want to I want to break that line of me not converting anything.
mm,
I don't like. I know just from the outlook, I'm probably not playing in a ton of tournaments, at least for the outside of the year.
hmm
But being able to actually like hold my own, because I for those that don't know, I do suffer from a constant brewer syndrome of make new deck, play new deck, because new deck making is fun, but then like you go and lose to Blue Farm at your weeklies. And like, it's fun to brew deck, but perhaps I need to actually learn to win games.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Step one, play more games.
Yeah, it literally all just comes down to
step 2, win tournament. Yeah.
it's just at this point it just comes down to play game.
Yep, I feel that.
Now I got to flip it on you because some people know about this. Some people that we've traveled with know about this. Is this your year of the Twister?
Damn.
Because that was a theme from our trips last year.
Last year was my year for the Twister. We'll see. My biggest thing about last year is that genuinely the Twisters that I saw were, one, either too beat, or two, just like not what I'm looking for in a Twister, I guess. Like there's a weird fine line of like LP front, MP back is what I always go LP front, MP back when I'm looking for reserve list stuff, right? That is my bar for looking for that type of card, you know. I saw a bunch that was in the price range that I was looking for. Plus, like I had a bunch of trades, so I can trade that in to get like a nice discount on it. But like I'll find one that's a little too beat, then I'll pass on it, and then I'll find one that has like a signature on the front, but it doesn't look that great, so I'll pass on it. And then I'll find one that's like altered, but then the alter looks kind of whack, but it's cheap, right? So like I'm in the like indecisiveness of like trying to figure out what kind of version of a Twister that I want. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna say yes, not gonna say no, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, those are the questions that I had. Just like, you know, random trying to figure out what year 2025 going into 26 looks like, you know.
Yep. TLDR.
It's good to talk about it.
TLDR, play games.
TLDR, play games. Yeah, Danny, what do you want to do in 2026? Play more Magic. Got it.
Yep. That's how it be. That's how it be. Well, should we address the fire in the room?
Yeah, I mean, is it really fire though?
I don't know. Let's take a look, man. Like,
yeah, true. We'll see.
So for those that don't know, today is the 5th of January. If you're live, welcome. You know, thanks for looking at a calendar. You'll also see that it's the 5th. But today was, I think, the first main day of LORWYN spoilers, because I think it comes out in like 2 weeks ish. So it is high spoiler season.
Yep.
So we're just gonna scroll the Twitter. We're just gonna scroll Magic Twitter and see what's going on. I know I think I saw a couple cards that might be interesting, or some people might find interesting. I there's at least one that I'm not high on, but yeah. It's kicking it off with this harmonized crescendo with Convoke. Do you think Convoke cards eventually might have a home in CDH? Because I played Pioneer for a little bit with Boros Convoke, like back in, I don't know, what was that, 23, 24, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're continuing to just like drip feed these out into the ecosystem. Do you think Convoke might have a spot now that we're in like maximum Cradle Max world?
So the toughest part about like a, how do I say this? card like or like an effect like Convoke, there needs to be some sort of like generation of creatures within your deck that makes it worth it. So I think within the current meta that we're in, where find Gaia's Cradle, make a bunch of creatures, make Gaia's Cradle like super buff, tap for a bajillion, and then kind of go from there. Can definitely work out for cards like with Convoke. But I think there are current cards that are out there with Convoke that people just don't play, right? Like there's like Hoarding Broodlord. Like I think that has Convoke. That costs like a bajillion mana.
It does cost
but
a
that al-
bajillion mana.
But that also lets you like Demonic Tutor, right? If you're telling me I can tap a bunch of my creatures to like play a Hoarding Broodlord, then why wouldn't I just Demonic Tutor? But no one is playing that card. I don't know. I think cards like why can't I think of it right now? Court of Calling. Like cards like Court of Calling are just naturally good, right?
Yeah.
Like it costs 3x, but like X you can Convoke off of, and then this literally just puts a creature onto the battlefield, right? This Crescendo thing, tap 6 creatures to draw for each permanent I control, or for each creature type I control. In CDH, it's probably not going to be worth it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not an effect that we see a ton of play, because this is like this almost reminds me of like Life's Legacy, if that's a card from like pre-ban Dargo, right? But like that effect didn't survive the ban, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't think this card will see play, but like Convoke is certainly something that I think it might eventually see a home. These are just the promos, is the buy box and the bundle promo. But yeah, I don't think either of these cards are CDHable. Got a cool Bitter Blossom reprint as a special guest.
I think going into LORWYN, that was kind of expected. You know what I mean? Like we're going to the set with all the fairies. There's no shot that Bitter Blossom doesn't get reprinted.
True.
Lo and behold, it gets the special guest treatment, which is really cool. It's it's good to see those beloved cards from back then get some nice treatment.
Yeah. And as much as like Borderless can sometimes be a bit hit or miss, at least as of recent, with them playing with like darker Borderless stuff, or sometimes literally just having a black card, like all the Tarkir showcase stuff. I think they're finding what works. Black. Yeah, I think they're finding what works with the Borderless stuff.
I agree. I think the Tarkir cards, what they really tried to do was like emphasize what clan like the card is from, right? Like if you're like Jeskai, if you're Teamer, like whatever. But like it was so much like of a dark color where it's just like it basically deleted like half of the frame.
Yeah.
Like it just ate up like half the card. But
yeah.
Whatever.
Now, because we got our first half of the shocks in Edge, right?
Yes.
I was gonna say Avatar, but I'm like,
yes.
No, Avatar had other things. We get the other half of the shocks, and in these cool like front and back treatments. I'm gonna like meme at the community a little bit. I thoroughly expect to keep seeing posts about, is this card a misprint? Going into this time next year, because yes, there are 2 different arts for Steam vents, and one is on the front and one is on the back, and that is how they're going to be.
If you are part of the major or minor misprints groups, don't do that.
Man,
don't
I'm
post
still.
If this card's a reprint or not, or like is a miscut or misprint or not.
I'm still seeing all the Tarkir dragons of like front adult dragon, back baby dragon. Yeah. Is this a misprint? I'm like, come on, man.
Did I get a misprint? Why is there a baby on the back? Well,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's good that we see shocks get reprinted. As far as I care, I think shocks should be like no more than $5 a piece. They're good lands, but like bring the cost of lands down.
yeah, I mean, I think the beauty of it also is like since we have Edge for standard, this set rounds out the all 10 shocks. So like standard mana bases can just get more efficient. But granted, if you're like a long time player, you ideally have already had your playsets of these kinds of lands. But it's always good to see like things get reprinted like this. Whereas like I know in Tarkir we had reprints of like some fetches, but those were specifically on the special guest and not actually for standard play kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
so it's always good to see lands reprinted.
Yeah, lands are one of those things that like there's so many different cycles that sometimes it almost feels like they get forgotten about a little bit.
I'm always the one also to like when some of my friends that are like a little like newer into Magic, they're always like asking me like what cards I should buy. I'm like always buy your mana base first. Like once you have locked down your mana base, once you have locked down all the cards to put into your deck for your lands, you can play whatever deck you want at that point. You know.
Yep, that is in terms of my collection over the last year. That was certainly a through line. It was just finding staples, and you know what, the Venn diagram of staples and land base overlaps pretty heavily. Yeah.
All right.
Onwards. We got more Japan cards.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing the Bloom tender in the Discord, and I immediately added Brandon, and I said, "Rip to your wallet."
Yep. Yep. I think it's going to be ripped to a lot of our wallets. Some people haven't liked the fracture foil where they like do the Pokemon silver triangle foil. At first, I was a little hesitant about it.
Yeah.
It was a little tough, but now that like they're filling it out more with more cards and sort of doing the whole repetition legitimizes thing, like they're good, man. They're really good. I'm probably gonna try and track down a Bloom Tender.
I appreciate, like you just mentioned, I appreciate that they have found something that the community at least likes. Because I don't get me wrong, I've heard like this card just looks like a Pokemon card, but that's the only quote unquote bad thing that I've heard. Like if you're telling me this card looks like a Pokemon card, does that mean it looks good or bad?
Yeah, like my immediate response to that is like, it looks like a Pokemon card. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I get it. I get it.
It looks good.
But it looks good. Like I don't know. All I know for me is that I picked up the Enduring Vitality because I personally really like that art and I really like that frame. And I was just like, like as the other like showcase ones came out like through other sets, I was like, that's fine, it's whatever. I think this is probably my next one if it's not like a bajillion dollars, right?
True.
This one's gonna be good for sure.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to hurt, but it doesn't need to kill me.
Yeah, true. You know, but the awkward part though is that as much as I want this card, especially, it'll go right into my binder because I don't think I'm playing it in Bruce at the moment. And yeah.
The second, I mean, this Bloom Tender is one of those cards that like once I hit 3 color in the commander like identity, I typically throw it in. But right now, I'm playing a 2 color deck, so
true.
Still, we'll look to pick it up at some point.
Yeah.
Onwards. There's a recurring theme in this set of creatures that like flip into other versions of their stuff because lore reasons. LORWYN Shadowmoor, 2 halves of like the same plane. So a lot of these legends, and I think even some non-legendaries, but I've seen it primarily on legends, have an ability to flip repeatedly back and forth, which I think is a really cool design space for this initial card, being 1 in a red, for like a rummage effect. That then you can flip into like sort of, oh god, what's that red cumulative upkeep card?
Braids of Fire.
Yeah, it almost is giving a little bit of Braid of Fire vibes. Like, it's not the same thing, but if you're playing a bunch of spells that do cost 4 more, like, it could be an interesting thing for you.
Yeah. After looking at this card, I think this card might slot right in very well with the Izzet deck in Standard at the moment.
True.
Like, their whole goal is to like play a bunch of like cantrips or like cheaper spells to like get a bunch of lessons into their hand, play a bunch of spells, get a bunch of lessons back into their hand, and then recur them. I think with like my Monument of Endurance, or what is that card called? I think
you
called.
Literally got it. I think it's Monument of Endurance.
Yeah. So then like they'll discard cards, and then I think when Monument of Endurance is like whenever you discard a card, you do one of these 3 effects. And then like one of them is like get a card back. So like you can discard like a Boomerang Basics, like or you can like cast something like, you know, ditch a Boomerang Basics, re-add it to your hand, bounce something else, draw a card. Like you can just kind of just keep churning through your deck with like this card. So yeah, I think this card's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm curious to see as they explore more of this like legends that flip space, and especially legends that can flip back and forth. How that might slot into the command zone. Just the Spider-Man set is where I'm like really thinking of it first, because I think it's some people were talking about the Bant Spider-Man, a lot of people were talking about Eddie Brock. And I know Norman like was a deck, question mark, is a deck maybe. And that you can flip, I think, back and forth. I think
you can pay to flip them back. Yeah.
So I don't know, it's just an interesting design space.
I feel that.
Yeah. Now,
oh boy,
there's a number of things. There's a number of things in this picture. One, for you standard heads out there, Bloom Tender is not a special guest like Bitter Blossom. Bloom Tender is going to be in standard.
Standard legal.
Another card that's in standard right now is Leyline of the Guild Pact. Methinks a deck is starting.
Flash and Leyline. Turn 1, play something. I don't know. Play not Thundertrap Trainer. It's the what is the blue? Storm Chaser's Talent.
Oh yeah.
Play that for 1. Make an otter. Pass your turn. Play a Bloom Tender, and then tap for 5 on turn 3, or tap for 7 on turn 3.
Gross. Like very
do some cool stuff.
Very gross.
Just as a heads up, also a Craterhoof Behemoth is also standard legal.
It's also standard legal.
just throw that out there.
Yeah, this standard format is going to be really, really broken. I think. Like, if we haven't been able to tell from them printing Recall with more steps, the standard's like really interesting right now.
And what's crazy too is that like Recall with more steps hasn't felt like Recall with more steps. Like, yes, you had to do the steps, sure, I get it, but you naturally play that card because you're just naturally playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I get it. Sure, maybe I don't get it. I don't know. Like, sure.
Yeah. We'll jump to the other side of this picture. This Disruptor of Currents. It's an expensive card, but it has Convoke. You know, maybe it goes in a Cradle deck. But when it ETBs, you bounce not a target non-land permanent, another target non-land permanent. So there's probably something in here about Displacer Kitten or Ewit or, you know, I can see this, even though it's 5 mana, I can see this slotting into some Blinky decks and CDH. It's not going to be like the greatest thing in the world, but it's another of an effect that's pretty strong in the format. So I can see that being a thing.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, like convoke effects are naturally good, obviously, if you have a lot of creatures to help convoke it, right? And I think the beauty of this card specifically having flash is that it eliminates having you to do the convoke thing on your turn, right? I think being able to convoke at flash speed, granted, yes, it is 5 mana, but if you're telling me I can tap my Guy's Cradle for like 2 or 3, and then tap 2 of my blue cards, which is probably going to be like a Thrasios and something else, to bounce your card for I guess it's like 2 or like 3 mana instead. You know, and it also adds the Cradle count like afterwards. I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. I think it could cost cheaper.
Yeah. I
Like
think
if this was two blue, like I think we'd be talking, but I think it's 3 blue. It's a little rough.
Yeah. Like I'll probably still test it in hopefully the more games I play.
But oh boy.
So I think somebody in R&D like 2 years ago was like, what if white like silence effects or like protection effects were also in red? Because we got Spider-Punk.
Yep.
That everybody lost their mind about. And I know
I was one.
I know some people have seen success with that card, but also I've seen the classic defense grid pass maneuver several times with Spider-Punk.
That happened recently. So some people got very upset. But continue.
Is
yes. Dog, this card's one-sided.
I know. This card is significantly better than Spider-Punk. And so in decks that play red as well as other colors, I think this sees play. Like I think this is a blue farm slot in like immediately. But
I have no notes for this card. This makes me happy to slam a bunch of tokens with my Guy's Cradle deck, and then slam this knowing that my tokens can't get shot by Bowmasters anymore.
Yeah, like this is true. I'm cautiously optimistic on this card just because like the closest thing we saw was Spider-Punk, right? And yes, that was like it was a unanimous effect.
Yep.
But the need in red to have that protection, it's a welcome thing, but I don't know if it's a needed thing, right? Like
specifically in red, no. I will agree in that sense.
Yeah, like I
don't think red needed this effect.
I still get dogged on by Atali.
Yes, absolutely.
But, no, this card is like easily the most CDH playable out of cards we've seen so far. I think it's even up there with Formidable Speaker from eons ago. Same set, by the way.
Yep, true.
But like those two are top 2, and I don't think this Hexing Squelcher is 2.
Like this makes me feel good knowing that if you want to shoot my bowmaster, or if you want to shoot my birds of paradise with bowmaster, you will take 2 life.
Yep.
And like players would be like, oh sure, yeah, that's fine, take 2. Like
Yeah, and then
if you
they're at
are a
like
Nas
12
deck,
life.
yeah, you're a Nas deck, you're a Necro deck. Great, you're Necro for 20 that at the start of the game became like Necro for like 5. Didn't do anything. Your Nas for 35 life and what you attempted to do just now. Yeah, get wrecked. I I I know I said this about Spider-Punk. Don't get me wrong. But like this is genuinely one of those ones where now that it is one-sided, and there are like this many keywords on the card to protect my other things. Don't get me wrong, like him having 2 life or ward pay 2 life is also a thing. But my other creatures having ward pay 2 life? Oh brother.
Yeah, just more protection for ROG decks, man.
Like Bruce is back. No, I'm sorry.
I am. Yeah, true. Actually, maybe. I feel a deep need right now to call out the war crime that just happened in our chat. Andres, I don't know who told you about Springheart Nantuko with this card.
Yikes.
But you probably need to re-examine the Geneva Convention. That's gross. Just make a billion of these. Sure. Like,
yeah.
You want to target any of my stuff? Okay, pay 10 life.
I mean, the beauty of it also, it's another thing that will add to your cradle count. Like this is the cradle count adding dot deck now.
True.
And I'm all for it.
True. Moving on. We have serialized cards.
I don't want to move on. This card's
no,
good.
we're moving on. We're moving on.
The card's good.
Get him out of here.
I don't want to move on. I don't want to move
on. Next card, the headliner card from the set. Notably, I think also the only serialized card from the set.
Really?
I think from the information that we've been given so far, this is the only serialized card. I think this is sort of like the Edgar Markov.
The one-off for the set.
Yeah, the one-off is Bitter Bloom Bearer, which is just Bitter Blossom on a body.
Yeah.
There will be non-serialized versions of it too. So playing with this card is actually like a legitimate possibility, and it's in standard. But any of these, like, it's cost 2 black pips, which like sucks, and yeah, grovel. But it's a flash flyer with upside to make more Tymna attackers, and it's a good Tymna attacker. I think this will see play in like probably most Tymna decks that's not blue farm.
Yeah. I was right about to mention, I think this slots in very well in TNT, but not TNK.
Yep. This is absolutely a TNT card. I've talked over Discord with a couple like Tymna Malcolm pilots because we have dreams. And they're like crazy excited about this card.
Yep. I think this slots in very well to the non-red decks for sure.
Yeah. I think it's really cool. And also like gush over the art for a second. I like Rebecca Gay art. It's really good.
Remember I was saying in I think it was in Chicago, I was just like, you know how you can just like look at an art and you can just tell?
Yep.
Like this one is one of those like you just tell. Like this is one of hers. I get it.
Yeah. I like it. It's shocked person likes vanilla. It's
oh no,
it's good.
Oh no, artwork looks good. You're telling me I can't like it anymore? Like, come on, brother.
No. All right, now onto a card that I was seeing some talk in our Discord a little bit.
It got brought up. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's a Jund commander from the commander set. For 1 and a Jund and it has Ward of Blight 2. And Blight is a new mechanic for this set where it says a player puts X -1/-1 counters, where X is the Blight number. I'm unclear just from this card. I'd have to go look for the article if that is you, or if it's like if this thing has Ward Blight 2, does the person that is paying the cost, is it them, or is it just any player?
Oh, I was gonna say, I think I know what you're getting at. I get you.
I'm getting a weird parse error
no,
in
I
my
get
brain.
I think if I remember correctly, Ward is only an opponent's cost to play.
Sure, but like if it's I'd imagine it could be more straightforward if it was like to Blight 2, that player puts 2, or like,
oh sure,
you know, a player is ambiguous. I'm sure it's written in a post somewhere. This is sort of they acknowledged this when they did the big change from enters the battlefield to enters, of like wording is going to get a little bit more loose, but there will be like definitions later. It's probably just the person paying the ward cost has to put two.
I'm going to assume the person that is attempting to target Anti-Ul is the one that is blighting.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
I would assume so.
But this creature reads, whenever one or more -1/-1 counters are put on a creature, draw a card if you control that creature, and if you don't control it, its controller loses 1 life. Just because we're talking about -1/-1 counters, it just brings up like persist stuff again. That I'm not a huge lover of persist mechanic personally on like a competitive scale. I know it is a thing that you can do, but I'm interested to see where people go with this, because obviously there's some kitchen somewhere that's brewing it. Probably just not going to be mine.
Hey, someone's gonna knock on your door. You might want to let them in.
Hey, this is true. Hey, if they give me an idea, I'll run with an idea. But I'm not seeing the vision right now.
Yep.
My brewer's luck right now with commanders that are 1 and a shard, or 1 and a like a triome or whatever you call this.
Yep.
Is rough. You know, we still have dreams about Thalia Get Wrong.
Looks at all the Master of Keys.
Looks at
swag you bought.
looks at Master Keys. Looks at Thalia Get Wrong. You know. Yeah. My altar page.
Hey man, you will always eventually return to it.
It literally just needs. There needs to be 1 card printed, and I have no idea what that card is, but like there will be 1 card that gets printed where I'm like, yep, all right, we're so back. We're back.
You just need your Ardent Jessica of the world.
Yeah.
You know, even though I haven't played that deck in probably like 2 years now, but you know what I mean. You need a.
They're still in the back of the head. They are in the context of when I look at spoiler cards.
Nice.
Where I'm like,
maybe.
One thing I'm confused about Blight is, are you targeting to put a counter on your creature?
My head hurts.
Yeah. For redirect spells? Maybe? I think that's going to have to be an article that they release on launch day.
To Blight 2, a player puts 2 -1/-1 counters on a creature they control.
Good question, man. Couldn't tell you.
If I wanted to Swords to Plowshare onto Ul, I have to put 2 -1/-1 counters on a target creature.
But do you target that creature?
I would assume so.
I would assume so as well. That's my intuition is you're targeting, but
I think this is anti-ul creates a weird dynamic of like I'm going to target this card with my card, but I'm going to put a -1/-1 two -1/-1 counters on somebody else's card.
No, well, because it's on a creature they control.
Oh, they control. Okay, never mind.
But it still could be. I could definitely see this card at least in like casual tables. I don't know about the competitive viability of it, but I could see
True.
in casual tables of almost playing like a Jundocrats. Like you have to. It's a politic deck of. All right, I need this thing gone. I need this thing to die. Maybe you play like curses in a casual sense. Maybe you play like the curses or whatever. So you're playing aristocrats in Sans White, like they're
Yeah,
Sans
that's
White
fair.
Blue, right? I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I do think maybe the wording got a little truncated for clarity because Prof. I'm reading the card and I don't know if it explains the card.
Yeah, that's that's one of those like the shrug emoji.
True.
It's that's what I got right now.
Yeah. Moving on from that, we've got another commander from the commander set.
Oh, this one's cool. This
This
one's
is
actually pretty
cool.
sick.
This is cool.
I saw this. I saw this earlier.
Yeah, this is one of those hidden 5-color things.
Yep.
Elemental spells, or for 2 and a red, you got a legendary that says elemental spells you cast from your hand or have evoke 4. And famously, evoke is not broken at all.
No, why would they be?
Whenever you sacrifice a non-token elemental, create a token that's a copy of it. Token gains haste until end of turn. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice it unless you pay Wooburg. So therefore, this is a Wooburg deck. In a casual sense, I can see this just being like all of the evoke elementals dot deck. Here I'm gonna double grief you, and I don't even need to cast a not dead after all.
Yeah, I'm going to assume your goal for this deck, and granted, this is also me not looking into these into the cards at all. I'm going to assume there is a card that says, like when this creature leaves the battlefield, if it was cast for an alternate casting cost or like whatever, put it back onto the battlefield, or like for some reason.
True,
Right?
that'd be
Because
busted.
well, I'm trying to think of it in the sense of like, why would I have to pay for this evoke cost when my evoke cost for Solitude was pitch a white card?
Sure.
So like, if I'm gonna pay 4 for Solitude for the evoke cost, why don't I just add 1 more and just have it be on the battlefield, right? If I'm gonna pay 4 for a grief, and it's essentially gonna be like, I can pay the 2 black or pay 4 generic to have it evoked. Like, why would I choose to do it this way than the other way, right?
Yeah. Andres is bringing up Null Drifter in shot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Null Drifter. It's a good one.
This is gross.
Hmm?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of like elementals that are just like they're sweet on ECB, and then they kind of just chill after that. And I think a majority of them are like that. Now that I think about it, I think like Fury is probably the only one that you care about because it's got like double strike.
Yeah. I mean, a double subtlety in a stack war is really cool.
Yep. So I'm going to assume there's something where it's just like maybe it's like elemental based, like specifically elemental. If you cast an elemental for an evoke cost, put it back onto the battlefield with no text, right, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I
think
because like I don't know. It says at the token gains haste until the end of turn. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice unless you pay Wooburg. So like, there is some like trade-off to sacrificing or trade-offs for like using evoke and like other stuff like that. So
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a really interesting 5-color commander. I think there's enough words here to do some cool things. But I don't know if it's going to be a standalone CDH deck. I could see this being a like I see this as being in the realm of like Najila ended up just kind of being 5-color soup at the end of that period. I could see this being another 5-color soup thing. I don't know. I really don't know the direction, but it reads interesting enough to me.
And like we mentioned earlier, it's 5 colors, right? You have the world to do whatever you want. So
yeah. Onwards.
Right. Onwards we go.
Here's a common.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. Moving on.
It's a it looks like it's a nod to like the Thoughtseize art.
True.
From LORWYN.
True.
That's about as far as I'm getting with the card.
Yep.
Sick. All right, next.
Moving on. A flicker outlet in red. Cool. We I mean, another one. Sure, great. Grub's Command. More Kindred for oh my god, what am I mean, not this one because this one's red, but like Atraxa, right?
Sure.
Cares about Kindred. So there will probably be more Kindred.
You forgot the all-star Nethergoyf.
Oh, sure.
And Baragoyf and Permagoyf, the Goyfs, don't forget. It came up in one of my games recently. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. The card's cool. The card's actually pretty sweet.
It's 5 mana for choose 2, right? It's one of these command cards. It's going to be a 60 card fun, like might be good in 60 card, but I think it's 5 mana for a sorcerer. You got to like be winning the game.
Well,
and
to be fair, I think this is more of a house in limited.
Oh, in limited for sure.
This is probably like, I have a goblin. I'm gonna pay 5 mana to make a copy of a goblin and destroy your creature, right? Like I think that's pretty decent.
Yeah. For sure.
So, that's as far as I'm getting with the card.
Yep. Vibrance.
That's a banger.
That's
the one that I posted.
This is a card.
That is the one that I posted. That one's good.
Yeah. So we have a cycle, at least half a cycle. I don't know if all 10 will be in this set. I hope they are. But of elementals that cost with hybrid mana that are templated to read if you cast it with 2 of the same type of mana. So in this case, if it was if 2 red was spent on it, it'd do a thing. If 2 green was spent on it, do a thing, and it has evoke for the 2 hybrids. This is going into Rogthras so fast. So fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like without a doubt.
The nuance of finding Gaia's Cradle for those styles of decks has been like, I'm going to try everything in the world to see if finding Gaia's Cradle works, like Expedition Map, Sylvan Scrying, Sowing Mycospawn. I'll gamble for my Gaia's Cradle, right? Like I'm going to play all these cards to like attempt to find Gaia's Cradle. This is another one of those cards where I'm just like, I'm gonna green, find my cradle. Is it good? Response? Nothing? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I found my cradle.
Really disgusting card. I like it a lot. I'm very happy that I brought my Rogthras up to speed
Nice.
because I'm gonna be testing this.
Um, Something that I didn't mention in the spoilers chat. I I genuinely don't know how much this is going to be relevant for this deck, but I think across the board, because these evoke costs are what they currently are, like the hybrid mana. Um, in Legacy, this might be like some cool beanstalk stuff, right? Because CMC 5 still.
And that's what Beanstalk counts. It doesn't count mana value. It just counts
Correct. Yeah.
CMC.
So trigger beanstalk, go find, I don't know, something. I don't know. I see cards as like, oh, it's 5 mana, then I'll trigger beanstalk. Sweet.
Yeah.
That's as far as I'm like getting with the card after like I've said this card is broken. Like this card finds me Guy's Cradle, this finds me all this, blah 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 blah. Oh sweet, it's also 5 mana. Maybe the trigger's being stuck. But that's I think that's more like a neither here nor there kind of a thing. Like it's I think something one of the elementals have to be decent enough to where Beanstalk would trigger and it's worth it, you know.
Yeah. And I don't know
It's
if you're. I don't
close.
know if Beanstalk is like. I don't know if there's such a thing as like Cradle Beanstalk deck.
Exactly. Exactly. I think there needs to be some version that runs Beanstalk and like the green package of creatures like Badger Bowl Cub right now with like Cradle Control and like Right of the Reliquary and like all the stuff that actually makes it relevant. We're doing too much already, right? Like we're doing too much to find one card. Like it's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very, very high on this card.
Yeah, the card's good. The card, not to mention too, since it's a mythic, I'm assuming it's gonna get a different borderless art,
Oh, I hope so. But
right?
honestly, I don't mind this art.
Oh, this one's great.
I like Forest Dog. I like it.
Yeah, this one's good.
But yeah, show me the big art, please. Moving on. We saw both these cards before. These are just like
Hmm
the announcement of
the
Convoke is
regular
back.
version.
Um,
This card's sweet.
Giants are back.
Hmm
On
This card's pretty sweet.
ETB, it essentially like it doesn't fully board wipe, but like in effect, in terms of text boxes, it board wipes.
Hmm
Which is pretty cool.
It's
Um,
kind of nice too because it definitely sets up your turn to kill play. And I'm assuming this is like a standard like standard or like limited bomb kind of a thing,
True.
where it's gonna be like I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna have them play like a bunch of creatures that are just like super big or like bigger than my creatures essentially. I'm gonna slam this on 7 ETB, make all your things like super small, and I'm gonna attack with my army kind of back, you know.
Yep. And notably, this effect does not die when it dies.
Hmm
This is a persistent effect.
That is correct.
Um, so yeah, I could definitely see this being like a one of those pivotal bombs in limited or standard.
Hmm Very much so. This
Yeah.
card's a house, man.
All right.
Oh god.
Have you been awakened?
Oh no, he's hot. Is that the line? Like,
Yeah.
damn it, he's hot.
For all of you Magic players out there that maybe are a little confused after seeing this card, you know, everybody has their awakening at some point.
Yeah, for some people, it's sooner than later.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Oko's back. He doesn't cost 1 green blue, so he's probably gonna be fine. Um, Probably not too broken. But
well,
this is one of those. Well, I
well,
mean, this is one of those spaces I was talking about of like they're playing with things that can flip back and forth and fairly easily.
true. Yeah.
So I can see, uh, I can see some people playing this, but I don't. I don't think it's going to be anywhere broken on like the scale of Oko of past.
Yeah, I obviously the backside is I think what you kind of care about, right? I think making two creatures, but then also like creatures you choose get like a buff. Um, the front side is kind of interesting because it's like, okay, sweet. The creature that's attempting to kill my Oko gets like a minus buff or a debuff, I should say. Um, and then like, granted, depending on what deck you're playing, like the +2 could be a thing. I doubt it. All I know is that this card is probably staying on the front side for like one turn because it probably needs to find a way to uh get use out of the first or the first one and the second one. You can't do that until you uptick it by for one turn.
Yeah, like I definitely see the play pattern being ETB +2. Pick your
Yeah.
thing that you want to be bigger.
Yep.
Um, Flip it next turn. Uh, I mean, technically not next turn. You need to uptick it twice, but like hitting that -6 on whatever the creature that you picked
Hmm.
is probably a big swing.
I mean, just going from let's just say for example, you'll cast this on 2 or 3, and then you'll uptick it to 5. You'll flip it on turn 2 or 3, and then you'll -3 most likely to make 2/3/3 elks. Go to your next turn, so say your turn 3 or 4, and then you'll probably flip him over to the front side to make target creature gets -2, -0. So then your elks can get in there for damage.
Yeah,
Like I can see that play pattern happening. I think this card is actually going to be used a decent amount for like the more aggressive decks potentially. Um,
yeah.
I don't know.
Like
I think
especially
I
in
do agree in
the
the sense that this card's like not like absolutely busted. This isn't like an absolutely busted version of Oko.
yeah. This ain't no Thief of Crowns, but
Hmm.
certainly in like the standard Simic aggro deck that you know at least was a thing. I'm assuming it still is a thing. I haven't really looked at the standard meta for like a month.
Hmm.
Um, Aside from like seeing that there's recall. Uh,
True.
but yeah, that Simic aggro deck, like imagine plays this.
Yep.
Um,
I don't know. I think the card's sweet. We get another Oko. I'm
we
down.
we do get another Oko. Here's another flip thing, but this thing can be in your command zone because it's a creature.
Hmm.
Um, so it's a Golgari on ETB or transform. You mill, um, and or you mill 3. If there's an elf in your yard, gain 2. Once it's flipped, whenever it transforms into it, mill 3. Then you may exile an elf from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses 2 life. So again, this is a very much going to be a play pattern of you want to be flipping this over and over and
Hmm.
over again. Um, which I don't know how feasible that is in like a CADH space. I think that's a lot to ask, but uh, it's because they're taking shots at this design space. There's going to be one that sticks, right? Like there's always one somewhere.
I think I
Whenever
will
they
say I
try
think
something,
there's I think the beauty of this though, especially like from a standard or like a 60 card format, like you can play multiple, right?
yeah,
So you can be like turn 1 play the green side, on your next turn flip it to the black side, and then play another one that's on the green side, and then you just have both.
so stack wise, then, um, if you have, let's say you're doing that play pattern exactly, you play it turn 3, flip it, or you next turn you flip it, the next turn after
Hmm.
that, or like somehow you end up with one on the front, one on the back.
Hmm.
Does when the when your next turn resolves, or like when your next turn happens, and you have the ability to pay the cost to flip, if you pay both the costs, do they survive or will one die?
No, I think one dies
Okay.
because it'll treat it as state based. I'm assuming. because like technically you can pay the cost for both, but they flip one at a time.
Sure.
Is my assumption, because you obviously have to resolve whichever one you picked to resolve or to flip first. So I'll pay for the black one and I'll pay for the green one, and they don't just like flip at the same time. I think it's just like, okay, this one resolve first, flip, and then it'll check like, oh, there's two green ones now. Oh, they both die.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
yeah,
It's interesting.
who knows? Yeah.
Next we've got a Reese, important from the lore thing. Notably, on ETB, something else gets persist until end of turn. And it has an ability to remove a counter, any number of counters from target creature you control. So like, you can. This sort of enables persist abuse.
Oh, this thing has flash. That's cool.
Yeah, 2/2 for 2 with flash in white.
That's cool. I don't hate that at all.
Yeah. Again, persist is just one of those things where like I'm not super high on it, but maybe they print something that changes my mind. You know.
All right, let me cook here. Is there a world in CDH where we care about how much damage our creatures have taken?
I don't think so, because that would have to be tracked with like a thing, right?
True. Oh, this also says activate sorcery speed.
Yeah, but like everything reads that now, so like I've sort of baked that into my brain of like, is the
fair.
thing that you're doing on your turn.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I don't know where we care. Like, I know there's been a few cards that say like if something happens to a creature with power less than or great or with toughness less than or greater than its starting toughness, right? Like I know that templating exists somewhere. So maybe.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It kind of just popped into my head. I was just like, like I'm trying to see a world where like I can remove either like damage counters for my thing, and then essentially just like keep my creature healthy or keep something healthy. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is just another one of those they need to print one more card situations.
Yeah.
Moving on for now, we see the standard art of Bitterbloom Bear. You know, I'll make one comment on it because we've already talked about the card. RIP anybody who likes this art. Chris Ron, artist line. I salute you.
Hey, you got a sticker.
I did get
a
sticker.
sticker out of it.
I'm never doing it again. That line was very long. But the other card in this frame, Glenn Alendra's Answer. I know you were talking about for a little bit in our Discord. I think this is just too expensive for what it is, man. I like you play Mindbreak Trap because you can cast it for free, not because I'm excited to cast my billion mana Answer, right?
Very much so.
Like a mono blue deck might play this, but like I don't know, dog. That's a big ask.
So give me one. Hear me out. If I counter your how do I say this? Your heuristic study with this, and I don't know. Maybe I counter your heuristic study, someone's heuristic study triggers, and blah blah blah, and all that stuff, right? I make like 6 tokens. Is that worth it for you to play in a Gaia's Cradle deck?
I don't think so, man. Unless we start playing unless a deck pops up that is Cradle maxing control, like sort of borrowing from Legacy a little bit. I don't see it. Like in the current deck archetypes, I just don't see it. But it's just because it's so expensive, man. 4 mana.
Clunky. Yeah, it's clunky for sure. And I'm genuinely trying to play like devil's advocate or like kind of doing my best to like give it some sort of life. But I'm not opposed to like kind of trying it, to be honest. Like I don't get me wrong, 4 mana is huge. That is a Thrasios activation.
Yep.
Right. I would rather just activate Thrasios, put a land on the battlefield, or like maybe draw a cheaper counterspell. But I think there's a world where, like, say for example, like a massive stack happens. You play this right at the end of it, and it's just like all these triggers, this Smothering Tide, this Ristic Study, that counterspell, blah 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 blah. I eat up all those effects. I don't know. Like I make 10 1/1s. I tap Cradle for 12 or 14 when it goes back to my turn. Like I don't know. It might be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it very well could be, but
yeah,
I would need to see it to believe it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think specifically with a card like that, it's definitely one of those put your money where your mouth is. Like it needs to have some sort of legs to stand on to like, or like some sort of data for it to like actually be worth it to be played.
Yeah. Very much so. But I'm excited from the kitchen side of me, the cooking side of me. I'm excited.
Yeah, very much so.
Next we have this is a standard enchantment like I've never seen before.
Yep.
So CADH wise, I'm not too big on this. But here's our boy. Here's Hexing Squelcher. I hate this name. I think it's, how some people have a thing for the word moist. I have a thing for the sound of the word squelch. I'm gonna see way too much of this card. I'll probably try and run it in Rogthras. Probably.
Just put it like this. If we got something like Fleam, you'll probably get a different version of this card. Maybe. Maybe a different name.
Maybe. Next card. My shout out. I'm blanking on your name right now. But, when I was over the mountains in Narnia, going to college, I played Modern weeklies with a guy who was like dedicated to his Merfolk deck.
Oh, really?
Dedicated to his Merfolk deck. And, shouts out to you because this is like, I think you literally asked for this card like at least a year ago. It's like right when I started playing. You're like, I need something to like untap my Merfolk to do like XYZ. And
interesting.
Yeah, man.
Oh, he got it.
He got it. You have to play white now, but like you got it.
Yeah.
CDH wise, I don't know if this is.
Got some lands to fix the mana base, right?
Yeah. No. CDH wise, I don't think this is going anywhere, but
I agreed.
Shouts out Narnia man.
That's hilarious.
Champions of the Perfect. It says whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a place for this. I know some versions of Rogthras a while ago were trying to run like Song of Creation. Sure. There's a universe where this finds a home. This probably costs too much at 3 and a green. Like it's really, it's a good cost. There is an additional cost to cast. You have to hold an elf and exile it. So like there has to be at least a little bit of synergy of like you're playing some amount of elves. But 4 mana for 6/6. It's pretty okay. Or maybe you just abuse it like everybody abused the eyeball, and you bring it back from your graveyard or
Yeah.
something.
For me specifically, my my childhood heart is like screaming at this card. Like this card's insane for Elves deck, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think this might fall into line with like the Legacy Elves deck. Because you can go like turn 1 Dork, turn 2 Cradle, play Dork, tap this, behold the other elf, and now you have a 4 mana 6/6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything bad about a turn 2 6/6.
Yeah.
Um,
Like it is certainly like this card will see play somewhere.
yeah, for sure.
I don't think this is a 2-cent rare.
I agree as well. Oh, speaking of which, it's also a Chris Ron card. Nice, good job, Chris Ron.
Good job, man.
Nice work. Hey, your art, the card bangs and the art bangs. Nice job, dude.
Yeah. All right, moving on, or is that potentially it? That is, I
that's
believe
it.
that is it. Yeah.
I will say there was one that we did not see because it technically got spoiled already. Let's check your Discord real quick.
Oh yes, sir.
I know. I was memeing on it for a second, but yeah, this card's good.
Let's get it up. If Scryfall wants to wake up.
Dude, Scryfall has been
Scryfall's really struggling today, and
not
I noticed
great as of recently.
I
Respectfully,
noticed it all day.
yeah, I think it's probably because like they're trying to like add a bunch of cards to like the to the system or something because of LORWYN.
Yeah.
But yeah, formidable speaker.
Formidable speaker. Like I said, I think this is top 2 cards of the set, and this one might be 2. This one might be 2, but creature ETB, pitch a card, go find a creature into the hand, and it's an untapper for your Cradle. Like,
yeah,
slam this.
My biggest thing about it also, it's got a big bet. It's a 2/4.
True.
I always appreciate cards that have amazing text and also a bet. Like you're getting like the best of both worlds. Like I don't care if I get attacked, you just can't get through my wall. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, this card's sweet.
This card's cool.
Very excited.
It's really good. Yeah, this card I'm immediately like, I will buy the extended. I will probably buy the extended foil.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming there is one.
But yeah, I'm very much excited for this card. That's a good one.
Yeah. This is probably my most anticipated card of the set so far. Because this'll slot into Jackal just A-okay. But the red man, I think is going to be good, really good too.
You mean the Hexing Squelcher?
I was trying to think of the name. I was coming back to Vexing Shusher, and I'm like, that's just not it.
Vexing Shusher, Hexing Squelcher. They're close.
They're close, man. They're both red-green too. Like, they're both red. Whatever. I mean, we're alive. Yeah, that's about it in terms of like official LORWYN. There's been more that's been spoiled, but like I don't know. Frankly, this is day 1 of leaks. So I don't know what of those pictures is real versus not. There's some interesting stuff in the pictures, but we'll let Wizards come out with things on their own to confirm before we jump to anything.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm pretty excited about this set.
I am too.
definitely. It's for me. It's like almost up there with Edge in terms of I'm really looking forward to the set.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see if what we're talking about now holds up, if that makes sense. Like like I understand these cards are good, and we're definitely like in the shock and awe moment of these cards at the moment. But like, don't get me wrong, I was the same way about Spider-Punk. Granted, hexing Squelcher is significantly better than Spider-Punk. So like, it just kind of just depends on how much these cards are going to hold up, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think Formidable Speaker is probably the one that's going to stand very tall in the LORWYN top picks for sure. Because
Yeah.
I can't imagine this card saying I'm gonna go search for a creature, right? We're not like discard a creature, look at top 5 or look at top 10. No, you're discarding a creature and going to go search for a creature. I think that's huge. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm very much excited to see where this will all go.
Yeah. Especially with the rest of the year looking just a little. I'm a little on edge about the next year of sets. There's a lot of Universes Beyond, and I'm not a Universes Beyond hater by any means, but like we're getting the like real life stuff again. We're getting Doctor Who, or not Doctor Who. We're getting Star Trek, which reminds me very much of Doctor Who. We're getting Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. So like Lord of the Rings 1 was good, but like there's a lot of that set needs to live up to a lot of hype.
Yes.
There's Turtles, which I'm calling my shot now that will perform worse than Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was fire sailing at Micro Center. I hope the year is good, and I think we're starting it off quite nice.
Yeah, I think so too. Don't get me wrong, like I think across the board it's going to be tough for sets to not necessarily compete with how much Final Fantasy was such like a blowout. But like I don't know, there needs to be something from a Universes Beyond set that's just not, or that's not only playing on nostalgia, but also like doing something to where like it brings those like people that like that type of set into Magic as well, right? Like there was something that brought like people into the game because of Lord of the Rings. Like there needs to be something that brings someone in because of Star Trek.
Yeah.
And like I think the existing players are suffering from it because it's just like, well, some of us just don't give a shit. But like the hope is that the players outside looking in might be better. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
We're just,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we haven't figured out Future Sight yet. But man, even this art like bangs.
Yeah. I am very. I don't want to say impressed because that is a too generous of a word to say at the moment. However, I'm curious to see how this set pans out, like for the rest of the spoilers, But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Do we have anything else for tonight?
Not that I can think of. Let me see.
Join the league, people.
Join the league. Yeah.
Join
Go
the
check out our
league.
check out our stream or check out our TLDR of the league. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah. It'll be a good time. Come play with me.
Yeah, true. Let's get some games in.
True. I think we're gonna send you guys over to Mr. Ben Bateman, who looks like he's giving away some LORWYN decks.
Oh, hell yeah. Shout out to Ben Bateman.
True. Making like good content and not like there's a lot of I scroll TikTok a lot. There's a lot of Magic creators. I like Mr. Bateman's stuff.
Mm-hmm. I agree as well. All right. Shall we wrap her up?
Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. We'll hopefully see you back in a week.
Sure.
Let's make this more of a recurring thing this year, yeah?
Oh, I'm going to say yes because that. Oh, there you go. That is a resolution I will have. We will do our best to make sure that we stay on track with content. How about that?
Yes, sir. It's the year of the content. Good night.
Adios.